We still love this classic sitcom, but you can tell some of these jokes were written in and for a very different time.
That wasn't a real date. What the hell do you do on a real date?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Friends jokes that would not work on TV today.
Shoot, I think I got mayonnaise on you.
Oh, that's okay. It's just the shoulder. It's not my dress.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at jokes, gags, and/or humorous moments from Friends that got by in the 90s and early 2000s, but would likely be considered too touchy, offensive, or just out of place in today's world.
It's the toughest guy in Toyland, Ben. Real American hero. I'm G.I. Joe. Drop the bark. Drop the bark.
Number 10, the one where Joey and Chandler can't handle breastfeeding. This season 2 episode of Friends aired in 1995, and clearly the social dialogue about breastfeeding had not advanced to where it is today.
You know, it's something funny about sneakers. I'll be right back.
Joey and Chandler are shocked when Carol starts breastfeeding Ben on the couch beside them. They made a big deal about it, jumping up to go to the other side of the room. While for years women felt the need to cover themselves and leave spaces in order to breastfeed in private, that's no longer the case.
This is the most natural, beautiful thing in the world.
Yeah, we know, but there's a baby sucking on it.
Today we can recognize that sexualizing women's bodies and forcing them to cover up when trying to feed their babies is definitely not okay. Number 9, the one where they mock a recovering alcoholic.
What do you say we make these coffees Irish?
Dealing with alcoholism in a sitcom may have seemed progressive when the writers added it to the plot in season 2, but the storyline definitely would have gone differently if it was written today. Monica dates a guy who the gang dubs Fun Bobby, but they soon realize that he's only so much fun when he's drinking heavily.
I don't think I've ever seen Fun Bobby without a drink in his hand.
Once he makes the resolution to get sober, he's called ridiculously Dull Bobby by Chandler. In order to stay with him, Monica ups her drinking, and he eventually dumps her because of it.
Look, I am just not strong enough to be in a codependent relationship right now, okay?
Number 8, the one where Ross is jealous and possessive. When gearing up to rewatch Friends, modern audiences may worry about how womanizing Joey would hold up as a character.
How you doing?
Despite his promiscuous ways, however, he's not the guy on the show who seems to treat women with disrespect.
What's this?
It's a bathing suit?
Ross is a classic nice guy who continually acts entitled to things from women, and in retrospect, it's really not all that charming.
Rachel and we're kind of a thing.
He tries to ruin Rachel's relationships and preys on her when she's emotionally vulnerable. With the girls he dates, he's possessive and crazy jealous, which is what leads to his and Rachel's big breakup in the first place.
Is this about Mark?
Oh my god.
Okay, it's not.
Oh my god.
Number 7, the one where Monica was slut-shamed. In the very first episode, Monica sleeps with a guy on the first date, and one NBC exec reportedly thought audiences wouldn't sympathize because of it. He handed out a survey to a test audience asking if they thought she was a whore.
Okay, it is definitely less than a ballpark.
While that plotline stayed in, the show didn't always do the best job at handling this topic. In a second season episode, Monica and Richard are discussing how many people they've each been with. And while he seems okay with her number, the implication is still there that if it had been too high, it would be unacceptable.
You had me thinking it was like a fleet.
Are you really okay with it?
This is in stark contrast to Joey, whose conquests are never questioned. Number 6, the one where Paolo assaults Phoebe. Rachel starts dating a suave Italian guy named Paolo, and all seems well until Phoebe has an encounter with him while she's giving him a massage. When Phoebe tells the group what happened, she says,
You made a move on me.
which isn't exactly severe enough language for what actually happened. The issue is made out to be that he was trying to cheat on Rachel, rather than the fact that he was literally sexually assaulting Phoebe in her workplace.
Wait, oh, what are we sorry about? I don't know. Right. He's the pig.
This episode was filmed in 1994, so we'll give them a pass. But by modern standards, this issue should have been treated much more seriously. Number 5, the one where they make fun of lesbians. We have to give kudos to the Friends writers for including a gay couple on the show, since that wasn't necessarily par for the course in the 90s. But unfortunately, their treatment of Carol and Susan can feel pretty dated upon rewatching.
Carol never threw me out of a room before you came along.
Yeah,
Well, there's a lot of things Carol never did before I came along.
It seems that Ross is often the butt of the joke, due to the fact that his wife left him for another woman. And it's implied that this is worse than had she left him for any other reason. The actress who played Susan actually later revealed that she was cast because she didn't look like a lesbian.
There's no lesbian lover day!
Every day is lesbian lover day.
Number 4, the one where Ross won't let Ben play with dolls. The guys of Friends seem to have some problems with their masculinity, but none is so obvious about it as Ross.
What's my boy doing with the Barbie?
When his son Ben is a toddler, Ross is informed that his new favorite toy is a Barbie doll, and he will not stand for it.
How about a dino soldier?
He tries everything in his power to ensure that Ben doesn't end up playing with something so girly. Similarly, in a later season, he refuses to hire the perfect nanny for Emma because he is male, and even goes as far as asking him about his sexuality in the job interview. Definitely not okay.
You know, I'm just not that comfortable with a guy who's as sensitive as you.
That's fair.
Number 3, the one with all the homophobia.
Oh, and don't worry, I'm totally okay with the gay thing.
Friends is a show all about friendship, right? The guys on the show aren't shy about showing their affection for each other, except when they decide a hug has gone on for too long or have an emotional moment. Not to mention all of the times where one of the guys is shamed for doing something that isn't traditionally masculine, like holding a bag or wearing a bracelet.
Joey, that bag is gonna get you that part.
And a date with a man.
If the show were made today, no one would waste any time acting like their bromances were insignificant.
Hey, do we do this too much?
I think so.
Number 2, the one with all the fat shaming. If there is one recurring Friends joke that inevitably makes modern audiences cringe, it's the treatment of Monica's weight throughout the series. In season 2, we get our first glimpse of Fat Monica when the gang watches their prom video, and after that, the fat shaming just keeps on coming season after season.
Oh, no, it's cool. You can stay here. My parents won't mind.
No, it's not that. I just don't want to be stuck here all night with your fat sister.
Before losing the weight, Monica is always the butt of the joke, and everyone from her brother to her own husband takes every chance they get to mock her for her size.
No! Wait, you didn't just sit on my Kit Kats, did you?
Monica is only seen as a real character worthy of our sympathy once she sheds the weight, but even then, she can't live down her past.
I used to love to play restaurant.
Not as much as you love to play uncooked batter eater.
Number 1, the one where everyone was transphobic.
Just because your father and I are getting a divorce doesn't mean we don't love you. It just means he would rather sleep with the houseboy than with me.
There are a lot of storylines on Friends that people aren't wild about now that they have a little perspective, but none is more offensive than this one. Chandler's biological father is a transgender woman, but throughout the show, her gender identity is mislabeled and turned into a punchline time and time again.
Oh, I'm getting all misty here. You'd think I was having my legs waxed or something.
Chandler treats his dad like an embarrassment, and he makes no effort to respect the life she has chosen to live.
Yeah, he is more of a if you've got it, flaunt it kind of father.
Because awareness of trans rights has come such a long way since Friends was on the air, it makes these scenes very difficult to watch.
I didn't even have a chance to act as though I'm okay with it.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.